Going to evaluate Mohammad Murad. He's a Toastmaster from Kuwait from the year 1999. He has been in hibernation for the last 5 to 6 years, but he enjoys Toastmastering. He stays in Russell Khaimah as of now. And Sharjah chapter, who is there from Sharjah chapter? Show of hands.
Yes.
Good. You can now book him up for your Sharjah chapter membership. Please welcome Toastmaster Distinguished Jeremy Pradeep Vincent.
President Saro and fellow Toastmasters and my dear Captain Mohammad Murad. Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
In fact, when Mohammad Murad told me that he's going to do his icebreakers, I was completely floored. Because he is one of the most accomplished Toastmasters as a leader as well as a Toastmaster speaker. But when he told me that he's going to do the icebreaker, I don't know how to evaluate. Usually we give a decent thrashing to an icebreaker. Or even if it's a senior Toastmaster, we will seriously analyze the speech. But being new to UAE and knowing that Mohammad Murad is an ex-police officer, I don't want to rub on the wrong side the very first time. But anyhow, I've been given a role and let me do it. First of all, I want to commend him for the way he took the topic. I mean, even though he said he's talking about the icebreaker, but he presented a different type of an icebreaker. And as you all know, between the first icebreaker and this icebreaker, a lot of water has flown under the bridge. And I want to highlight some of the great things he did. First of all, he talked about a very serious subject. And he broke it down into very understandable bits and pieces so that we are able to assimilate the knowledge. That is the thing that we have to understand. We have to note about his speech. And he made it very clear, and the style he followed, he didn't give a high speech. He's a leader, he could have lectured you on so many things, but he didn't do that. He took a very conversational style, and he made us understand what integrity, respect, service and excellence is all about. And if you notice, his speech was peppered with a good amount of humor. And he used pauses to great advantage. At the right times, he slowed down and he paused. And that is the effect the speech had on us. That's why we are able to receive most of it. He didn't try to pack a whole lot of information into his speech. He had only 4 things to talk about, and he made it plain and simple. He had very meaningful hand gestures. He didn't move around too much. Like we say, you should possess or own the stage. But it is not always necessary, because he was making a point and he took his stand and made it very clear. If, for the sake of suggestion, if I have to say something, I would suggest that he could have tried out variations in volume or the pitch or the delivery rate. He could have varied, by which he could have added a lot of effect. But other than that, it was a great speech, and we hope we'll continue to enjoy his speeches. Mr. Toastmaster.